Hello, everybody, and welcome to Church at Home with Rachel for Thursday, December 4th. I can't believe how cold it has gotten. As I recorded this, it was minus 20 outside, and on my computer, there was a little button saying that this weekend the temperatures are going to plummet. Isn't minus 20 degrees Celsius already plummeted? Oh, maybe Skunk will realize that she doesn't like being out in the cold. So far, not so much. She actually lays down in the snow and then rolls over on her back and likes to just jump around in it. Oh, bless her little soul. I was thinking yesterday morning as I went into work and I was publishing yesterday's Church at Home on my Facebook page. There was a Facebook post by a good friend, Geoff Woodcroft, who is the former bishop of Rupert's Land, and he was the bishop there. That's the diocese right next to mine over in Winnipeg, about 2.5 hours away. And he was the bishop there when I was consecrated. And he is an amazing, lovely, gentle, intelligent, wise man who also has a brilliant gift for music. And he has taught me so much about being a bishop, about seeing things from a different perspective, and having a faith that I don't know that I necessarily would recognize that I have until the time comes when it's truly tested. You see, Bishop Jeff was diagnosed with cancer about year and a half ago. And immediately upon his diagnosis, he had to go into treatment and he resigned. He took leave until retirement as bishop. And yesterday morning, when I turned on my Facebook, he was right there, had posted a Christmas video of he and two friends of his who have a little band, and they were singing a Christmas song. Um, I think it's I Still Believe in Father Christmas. Never heard that song before. But it was incredible to see him, the three of them in a living room. He's sitting beside in front of a fireplace with his guitar and his other friend with a guitar and another friend on the keyboards, singing this beautiful anthem for Christmas. It speaks of completely different message about what Christmas might mean for people. And it was really powerful for me because I'm pretty sure it's been recorded recently. He's got his bandana on from his chemo, and but he's looking pretty healthy. He's looking amazing, and he has this incredible outlook on life that even when things completely turned upside down for him in the end of May, beginning of June of 2024, he didn't just lay down and die. He didn't just quit and say, "Okay, I'm done." He took a look at his life and said, "This is what I have. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful family and grandchildren. I have all of these gifts to share and friends to live for and music to create and ministries to enact." And he has done that. He is continuing to do that. And to see him singing this beautiful Christmas song was incredible. If you haven't seen it, please go to my Facebook page and check out, because I shared it yesterday as well. So you can click on that and give it a like on the YouTube and let them know you appreciate their music. It's really incredible. But it really got me thinking about Christmas. And I know I talked about Advent yesterday, but it got me thinking about Christmas because regardless of what Advent is and everything I did say about it, we are still preparing for Christmas, getting presents and planning trips to visit family and things like that. And it got me thinking, really seriously thinking about what it is that we're doing at Christmas, what is happening at Christmas. And it reminded me of, I'm trying to think how many years ago, 38 years ago, I was 16. So, yeah, 38 years ago, this Christmas Day, my grandmother died, my mom's mom. And while that sounds awful, it was a beautiful gift to us. I think almost every member of our family was able to gather around her that day. I had been back at the farmhouse baking a turkey, like roasting a turkey. That was the best buttered turkey ever because every half hour I would take it out and baste it in butter. It was, I think, only two people actually ate that turkey late that night. My Uncle Don, God bless him, and me, and maybe a few others. But I mean, that turkey probably had 40 pounds of butter on it because I didn't know what I was doing and I needed to do something because I was back at the house babysitting the younger grandchildren as everyone gathered at the hospital. But it was a gift because she'd been sick for a while, not too long, but she'd been sick for a while, been in the hospital for a little bit, and she needed to go. And what a gift that she would go on Christmas. That Christmas Day, the day that we celebrate the culmination of God's promise that was begun in creation, that we would be one with Christ, with God again, that we would be invited back to that element of Eden, the way Adam and Eve were when God said, "It is good, it is very good." When we were given this incredible gift in Jesus being born, that was the culmination of the promise that God said, "I'm not done. What I began in Eden and kind of went sideways, it's not done. I will fulfill that creation." And God chose to do that through himself, through his son Jesus Christ. And that happened on Christmas Day. That promise became incarnate, became embodied, enshrined in flesh and bone in Jesus on that day. And it seems like it's an appropriate day for someone like my grandmother, who was a wonderful, beautiful person. Not a saint, although some would say she was. None of us are. But she was a full, complex, beautiful person who was invited to go to her completion on the day of completion, on Christmas Day. And I think about the grandchildren and the family who have grown up knowing the gifts that she gave and the gifts that her husband gave. He died 9 months later, my grandpa. The gifts that they shared with all of us because they were just who they were, living their lives faithfully, going to church, serving meals to the big family and friends and farm hands, and just being faithful in the circumstances they had. They didn't have a lot. They didn't weren't world travelers. They didn't have, more than a nickel to rub, two nickels to rub together. But what they did have was a faith in God, an incredible ability to love and be hospitable to other people in their own particular ways. And they faced each day, I think, as an opportunity, as a gift, as an opportunity to recognize that each day really is Christmas, that each day is a moment when we can do our part in bringing out about the completion of what God began in Eden. If we each do our best to fulfill the call God has on our lives, then we are bringing about that Christmas miracle ourselves. We're participating in it. And my grandmother did that. And for her death to be on Christmas Day, which was very difficult at the time, and each year causes a lot of us to pause for a moment on Christmas Day, it is also a moment to pause and remember and smile and to give thanks for the incredible gifts that we have in our lives. And that video that Geoff Woodcroft put out with his friends, I Still Believe in Father Christmas, was a reminder to me that whatever the day we face might bring us, it's not bad or good. It's the day. A diagnosis of cancer, the announcement of the coming of another great niece or nephew, a bill coming in the mail, or a Christmas card sending Christmas greetings and love from afar. Those are things, they're things, and in and of themselves, they don't carry any emotion or anything. It's what we do with them. How do we respond to them? And so I believe that we need to face each day and open it, begin it, like it's Christmas Day, with the possibility that today is the day of the completion of what God has created in our lives. And the way that we respond to the things that happen, the announcements that happen, or the phone calls we receive, or the mail we get, or just the daily going through decisions we make, we have the choice to say, is this something that I can reflect God's glory through? Is this something that is inviting me to come to God on my knees and say, I need you? Is this something that gives me opportunity to go to another and say, I love you? Because all of these are gifts that we are able to open each and every day. They are gifts that remind us that we are God's children. And there is nothing that we are given that God's hand is not in. And with God's hand can come the completion, the the full circle of what God has begun in our lives. So this day I invite you to go and check out Geoff Woodcroft's video and listen to his group, his friends singing I Still Believe in Father Christmas, and to give thanks because a year and a half ago he opened the news, he received the news that he had cancer. And with that, he opened a whole world of hope and joy and possibility for all those who are walking with him, for all those who admire him and who look to him for advice and hope and direction. For all those of my family who think about Christmas Day in a different way because of my grandmother, that is a gift because of the many gifts she gave us and continues to give us through the life that she lived that was completed on Christmas Day. Every day we have the opportunity to take a look at everything we are offered and say, how might this be something with which I recognize the handiwork of God? I recognize God's propelling me to the completion of who I am called to be in Christ as part of God's creation. May this day be a Christmas day for you as you open yourselves to all the possibilities that all of the things, good, bad, and indifferent, that might be shared with you today, make them good, make them gifts, and make them be things that you can share with others. Have a great day. God bless you, and I'll see you again tomorrow for Church at Home with Rachel.